we're gonna get into this number 5 on this episode, and I like to just really use examples. So I'm gonna use a real live example from my life to kind of demonstrate to you on the level that I'm speaking on like what the number 5 is and how you can use the number 5 to actually generate some units and profit for yourself. I had a situation where they went ahead and hit the 0 on me on my channel because I put up a bet last night on that Super Bowl, and they hit the 0 on me because I had to pay some charges or whatever. So that just came out of my profit. So I have to like really essentially, man, I'm trying to get, a few more. I'm not trying to really get the views up too high, but trying to get a few more views and things of that nature. But I got to do a lot of trades and stuff like that because, like when I'm doing these videos and these episodes, I'm about to give you an example of how I'm doing this. But when I'm doing these videos and episodes, I'm actually moving units though. So I'm like doing more than just like you might see the views, and that's just kind of like a general appraisal. Those views are like a general appraisal based upon really other spectators viewing you and vising you. So like I had a situation where I got hit with the New Orleans is what I call it. I got hit with the no views this morning on the first episode, and people don't know you get hit with that no views. Like when you visa that, you see that no views, you got to pay a charge for that, tax for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and come out here and link up with this part of the Astral Pyramid that I had built. And I got about, like I'd say, about a good $6,000 or $7,000 in Visa units out here, and I got to go ahead and Visa California. And somebody actually, I'm gonna send a shout out to the group that sent me. I'm not gonna say their names, but a group sent me a donation to help me out. I'm so glad, so we can keep this going, because man, they'll put liens on your channel, and that's what makes the value go down, if you allow this stuff to keep going. So I got to kind of put the ball back in their court and show them that I can just go to New Orleans right now and go ahead and visa New Orleans, and go ahead, and then after that I'm gonna go ahead and visa California within 8 minutes. I'm gonna show you how to do it, and this is tied into the number 5. So you see right here, this is how I do it. I learned a lot about electricity. And you see this here. I'm not gonna show you the whole code because it's secrets, key codes, but I'm in what's called a part of the internet keys. And I can visa people all over because I know the internet key is pretty good. So I can visa people. These people sent me this money from Arizona. I'm gonna go ahead and visa them back through the internet keys within 8 minutes on this code right here. It's called H31. And it's actually a longer code. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, but it's some keys connected to it. And that's why I'm able to do it. And there's 5 steps that you gotta go through to do this. And you have to know a little bit about astrology, because astrology is the map, or this is what's gonna create the map for you. You gotta know about astrology. And then once you know about astrology, you're gonna use the map that you learn from astrology, and you're gonna move that into energy. You gotta understand energy and understand that if you're doing transactions online, there's energy used to do that. Meaning that there is essentially a lightweight fee, or you can call it a lightweight rate. I'll call it that. That's tied into a certain currency. I'm not going to reveal that yet, but I might reveal it when I get to the number 18 or 19 or 20. But it's tied into a certain treasury currency, and there's a rate, and you can use electricity to tap into this rate to exchange money. However, you have to have certain knowledge, and you have to have a little bit of iVisa units in these areas to do this stuff at. So you're going to use the knowledge of astrology and send that to the energy, and you're going to use the energy, right? You're going to send then you're going to use the energy and send that to what's called kilowatts. And this is where the keys come in at, because kilowatts is very important when you talk about exchanging energy. And this is a form of a currency that people don't realize, because you talk about money or fiat notes, of course, but all fiat notes, essentially, if you get it from an ATM or wherever you're getting it from, you have to use kilowatts of energy. Even if you printing it, you need a printer, which is generated from energy, to send money through these kilowatts. So kilowatts is very key. So where this is called the keys, this area, because there's a lot of kilowatts. There's a lot of kilowatts or hidden keys really is what kilowatts is. When I'm going to break down to you what a kilowatt is, or what a kilo even really is. It's a unit of measurement, but why? Like, what does it really mean? I'm going to break that down eventually, but you're going to use these kilowatts, and then they use these kilowatts, right? And in the end, I'm going to come back up with a part 3, and I'm going to show you how they use these kilowatts, and they send it to what's called mint. It mints at the end of the night. So after you make the transaction, like I said, this transaction, once I do it, and I'm, recording this here, I'm sending currency. So within 8 minutes, somebody downloads this. Essentially, they're downloading units or credit. You just have to know how to exchange it. And those people out there that's in the know what I'm talking about. That's these secret hidden traders, inside traders, and things of that nature. And but I'm speaking on how to actually do it without currency. Like, because people are like, well, what are you talking about? How did you get out of poverty? Because you got to remember, I was homeless when I started making these videos on this channel. And luckily, I got out of that situation and got a room, and I have to pay units. I'm using the same program to live where I live at. I'm using this program to help people that donate to me, to help them make profit, and to also, be able to pay them back. I guess you can call it iMoney or internet money through a system of BankNet from nothing. So this is how free works, and that's what I'm going to eventually get into when we get into the number 6. Like, what is free? So this is how free works. So after it mints at night, it goes back into Z folder. See, at the end of the day, every day, you got to remember the day is ending somewhere, everywhere, according to the clock. This is when you get into the number X or the number 24. We'll talk about that eventually. But it ends and it Z's. And so this is very key, because when it Z's, people think, well, that's zero. No, this is a mint. This is a commodity. When it goes into Z, it goes into a commodity. And you can learn how to extract from that commodity. And this is how free works. But you have to pay something. You got to put something up to your ancestors, and certain things you got to do, certain rituals. This is where the spiritual part comes in at. To learn how to tap back into that Z, so that you can Visa that money and be able to use that money to generate views or units or whatever you're using to get rates for yourself or monetization for yourself. So this is essentially how it works. 5-step program. Again, astrology, energy, kilowatts, mints, and then the 5th step, treasury bonds. This is how you can form your own treasury. Hidden treasure ritual, for real. This is what a treasury bond is. You can turn this into a bond, and then you use this and put this up as a unit, whether it's a video or a rap CD, whatever you're doing, publishing a news story. And I'm telling you how to do this. And then now you essentially have created a treasury bond. And now you use this as a means of exchange. You can trade with this. So that's what happened with me. And luckily they bailed me out. And I thank goodness for that group that bailed me out, gave me this donation to go ahead and do a little tour. So I'm going to take you to the area. So this is all in my area. I can do this within a couple of hours. I can send currencies. And this is what makes me a tool or asset. Because I may not get a lot of the views, of course, but I can come and tap into key areas. So a lot of these videos, like that last video, when I get up to 100 views, that's worth over a G to me in Visa money. Even though it's 100 views, it's worth over a G to me. You know what I'm saying? Because of this program that I set up. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down this episode, and I gotta get to the mint area. It's gonna be challenging, man, because it sounds close, but I gotta do all of this on foot because of the program and the way it's set up. I have to use my own energy and my own hand to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut down and bring you back up with the mint episode, and then show you how to turn it into a treasury bond, still staying with the number 5, and I'm gonna show you how I do this. So this can go from Louisiana, this transaction, to Arizona, all the way to California. So as always, stay vigilant and namaste.